In Creo Parametric 13, there is a major enhancement to curve patterns. But in order to explain that, I first have to show you how things were done in Creo 12 and earlier, which is why you are currently looking at a part model in Creo 12. And so I've got a part model. You can see the dark gray, brownish geometry, and there's also a green extrude that I want to pattern. Back in Creo 12 and earlier, you could only use a sketch as the basis for your curve pattern. I just want to take a projection of that curve that I've already created and show it to you. So that's sort of like where I want to get it on the surface. I'm actually going to use that in a moment for an alternate origin. But anyhow, I want to pattern that feature. Hey, let me start out by selecting the geometry. Oops, let me try selecting a surface and then going to the pattern command. And for this particular feature, right now it is giving me a dimension pattern. I can go to the types for the pattern and change to a curve. And so in Creo Parametric 12, your only option was to select a 2D sketch in order to define the curve that you want to define the pattern. So let me select this sketch. You can see a preview, and right now it's kind of off in space. Let me reduce the spacing so that you can see more of them. And if I rotate the model, you can see it's all the way out there. And so you can always go to the Options tab. Here we have an option to use an alternate origin. I'm going to use a vertex of that projected sketch just so you can see how they are showing up on there. We also have the option to follow the surface shape, and I will select the surface that I want to use as the basis. So then I can hit the check mark, and so there we have our pattern of those extrudes created. Let me edit definition because I just want to point out a couple things. First off, again, there's only a sketch as the choice. And if you go into the Options tab, here is the option to use an alternate origin. It is located in the Options tab. All right, so that is good. That's how you could do things in Creo 12. Hey, now let's take a look at Creo 13. You can tell that I am in Creo Parametric 13 because we have the tabs available at the top of the screen, and also we have the AI assistant over on the right side. And let me start out by taking that sketch that I used in the first example. I'm going to hide it, and let's bring out that projection of the sketch. And so I want to pattern the extrude. So let me select a surface from it and then go to the pattern command. This time, rather than going to the dashboard, I'm just going to use the right mouse button functionality in order to get to the curve pattern option, just to save myself a little bit of mouse travel. Well, actually not that much, because I have to go back up to the top of the screen. Okay, and so here's the type that we selected. And back in Creo 12, you only had the option of using a sketch, a sketched curve. Now we can change to a curve chain. So I will select that, and now I can pick this curve that was projected. Oh, there we see the origin of it, and the preview is out in space. We can use this to drag where it's going, and let me change the direction. Let's change the spacing back down to 8, and so you can see more of the instances, but we have to get them back onto the surface. First off, you'll notice that Use Alternate Origin is located in the dashboard. You no longer have to go to the Options tab in order to get to it. So if I try using Alternate Origin, hey, there we get them located down there at the bottom. It is using the Follow Curve Direction option. We do have the ability to follow the surface direction, but the preview of these looks fine. So I will just hit the check mark in order to create them. And there you see the pattern created on the surface. And again, we just used a curve that was projected onto the surface. We didn't have to use a sketch. let's take a look at some variations of that. And so let's say that instead of having it projected normal, well, let's say it was projected at an angle, and I projected it at a 15-degree angle instead. Let me hide the first sketch. Let me go to the pattern and then edit definition. And so I can remove the original selection for a reference and select this one instead. And we can see how the preview is showing up. Let's go to the use alternate origin. What happens if I remove that? Oh wait, they go back out into space. Hey, let's go back to the start of this curve instead of the start of the curve that I just hid. And so now we can see that it's going to be located over here. I will hit the check mark. You'll notice that this one got a little wonky. If you're familiar with use alternate origin, it does that. So maybe you're going to try some different things, like let's remove the alternate origin. Let's try going to the options tab and follow the surface direction and pick the surface. Then try, I don't know, let's see if we can try there. Yeah, still acting a little bit wonky over here. All right, let's try a different one. Let's hide this one. And let's go to a curve from intersection. And just to start out a little bit fresh, let me delete this pattern just so it doesn't have the same selections as I had before. And then go to the boss, pattern it, and then right mouse click and hold. Let's go to the curve option. And I wonder, can you get, from the right mouse button, you can get to chain. I did not know that. And that way you can still save yourself a bit of mouse travel. Let me select this as the option, and let me grab the drag handle to change the origin for the direction. Maybe try flipping it. Let's use alternate origin and try this here. Let's try number of members. Let's change this to like, oh no, how does 24 look? That looks pretty good. Let me hit the check mark. And so this one in this situation, yeah, that one looks fine as generated. Okay, let's try that again. And once again, just to do things from scratch, let me delete the pattern. Let's hide the current curve that I'm using, curve from intersection. By the way, I'm using a bunch of different curves to show you that you can use curves from a variety of different methods. And this one I'm using now is a curve that was created from a cross section. You go to the datum overflow menu. Here you can choose curve and then curve from cross section. So I just want to point out that you are no longer limited to just sketches, but you can use curves that were created by projecting. You can use curves that were created by intersecting. That's the last one I just did. This one is the curve from intersection. You can use ISDX curves that are created on surfaces. So you have a bunch of different options. Let's select the feature and go to pattern it, and right mouse click and change to a curve pattern, and right mouse click and change to the chain option, and I will select the curve. And right now it's starting on the wrong side, so I can drag this along here to try to move it. What you'll notice is, let me go to, let's flip the direction here. That way it got it over onto the other side. With using this particular curve, we have a drag handle that allows us to control how much of the curve we're using. Once again, let me try changing the alternate origin. Let's change to number of members just so that we can see more instances previewed on there. Oh, just way too many. Let's reduce this down to 24 like before. But once again, if I go to the chain reference, here we can drag this and control how much of the curve chain that we are using. So that is a nice little enhancement. Let me hit the check mark, and there we have our our pattern created on the curve that was created from curve from cross section. So there you have it. That is the new enhancement for curve patterns. You are no longer restricted to using only a 2D sketch. You now have the ability to use any different curve chains in your model. And of course, these can be 3D curves as we have seen in the demonstration.